I just can't take no pleasure in killing. Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Yes. DJ Dubis here with you on Military Radio Podcast with my brother from another ghoul mother, Mr. Tony the fucking Dead. We are the Ghouls of Midnight. And if you're not familiar with what we do here, we alternate picks and we choose a film to sit down and review. And sometimes it's a really good shit and sometimes it may not be really good shit. But entertainment is subjective. And yet here we are.
Here we are.
So this time I chose 2009's Pandorum, starring Dennis Quaid, Ben Foster, Angie Trout, Kung Lee, Eddie Rouse, and Cam Geigadet. And what is this thing here? What is it? I'm trying to give you a little synopsis of this shit because it's a little out there.
Yeah, really.
It is a science fiction horror film directed by Christian Alvart, and it basically deals with the human population depletes Earth's resources, and humanity builds this ark called Elysium, and they begin this trip to Tanis, which is like an Earth-like planet, which will take 123 years. And sort of like Pitch Black and some of these other films we see, shit goes wrong while you're traveling. And all of a sudden we have to deal with like what's going on with the ship. Mr. Dead, what is your first impressions of the film?
I just think we should never travel in space. It never worked out. The fact alone that like being in hypersleep for 100 some years is just terrifying too. But I had, when we first started, today before we started recording, I had said I thought I saw this before, but I must never have finished it because I remember that the guy, like the main guy in the beginning, not Dennis Quaid, the other guy, he's always going to be Angel. Yeah, he's always Angel to me from because he was in X-Men 3 or whatever, and so I think of that, but I must not have like found interest in it or something because I was like, I don't remember anything. I didn't remember the creatures, nothing. So yeah, going into this, I went in blind, and it was interesting.
Yeah, well, same thing here. Like I said, I remember seeing the trailer back in the day, but I remember nothing from it. I just remember it looked kind of weird, and so I like these kind of like weird ass films, and so the way they trailer played, it looked kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But time passed. I kind of forgot about it until it popped up on Tubi. But like you, like obviously I've liked Dennis Quaid for a while. I like Dreamscape and Inner Space and movies like that from back in the day. Ben Foster, you remember him from X-Men, but I remember more from like the remake of 310 to Yuma, or when he played Medivh in the Warcraft film, which he did excellent in both of those roles, by the way. So he's a really good actor, but he plays a guy named Bauer. And so what this ship does is every few years, a crew comes out of stasis and they go and they take care of the repairs of the ship, make sure it's still running fine and on course for where it's going. And then they go back in, and another crew comes up another few years to do the same duties. Now, according to this, 8 years after it begins its journey, Bauer wakes up unconventionally, which Pandorum is supposedly this fictional title given to a type of
space
sleep paranoia. Yeah, exactly. So when you're kind of woken up unconventionally, there's this like they have somewhat like a bit of an amnesia. So
yeah,
he's trying to remember who he is, and he comes across this guy named Peyton, played by Quaid, who also is woken up unconventionally. And so they both have a bit of amnesia, trying to piece together what's going on. They find out that the ship isn't running properly, so they have to find a nuclear reactor. And of course, Ben goes on his way to jump into the ventilation system while Peyton's there at the control center.
Yeah.
But as Bauer continues to go down, he finds like a dead corpse, and then he finds this other guy, a mechanic played by Norman Reedus from Walking Dead fame.
That's right.
On there. And at that point, we start getting a bit of a weirder picture now. All of a sudden, he's talking about like, oh, you're not a rescue team. Well, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And so we find out there's like these other creatures, these humanoid cannibals that are on the ship.
Yeah.
So the thing about this film is it doesn't really explain a lot. You're kind of having to play along and just trying to guess of what's going on and why.
Yeah.
And then you have to kind of discern like what's real and what's not, because there's illusions that take place in this, and then we get introduced to other characters. In fact, the girl Anti Trow, who's very beautiful, by the way, warrior chick. She's pissed off at everything, so she's trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
That she comes across. And then we had the other guy, Kung Lee, who's can't speak English, but he's also very hostile to what's going on. So
yeah,
Bauer is trying to bring everyone together. Say, look, we got to team up and like find a way to get shit right and figure out what's going on. He's still trying to figure out like what the fuck is going on anyway.
Yeah, like and the amnesia's coming back slowly.
Yeah, so we just find out that like these creatures are somehow on the ship and they're killing and eating people, and then we meet Leland, who's like this. I think he was a doctor or something, but he's been awake for a while, so he must have been coming out of stasis a long time ago.
Yeah.
So he's taken it upon himself to just eat cannibal people too. It's like I don't know how he's doing it or who, but he's not quite right.
No.
But anyway, he has to team up with these guys as well at some point. Like he almost gets the better of them, but Bauer's able to convince them, say, hey, don't eat us. We can fix this.
Yeah. We're the crew to fix this. You eat us and we're never going to get out of here.
Right. So yeah, they go through all these things to try to get to the reactor and restart it. Basically, I forget the movie. I think it was Passenger with Jennifer Lawrence and the other guy played in Guardians.
Chris.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's sort of like that. Again, it's the whole thing about traveling in space and then shit goes wrong. It's just totally what this is. Just a little bit different premise, different things going on, but similar in idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we also find out through Peyton that he's dealing with illusions. He's thinking he's talking to this guy Gallo now. Gallo supposedly this captain of the ship who went crazy, killed his crew, and somehow the ship has been a mess since that happened. Yeah. And Gallo went back into stasis, and now Peyton's here. But we kind of things started unraveling. This is where the ending was pretty cool, so we'll get there. But we start unraveling what's going on. It turns out Peyton's actually Gallo. And Gallo had killed Peyton long ago, but jumped in his tube to go back to sleep. And so when he came out, he still had amnesia and didn't know exactly who he was until he started stabbing himself with needles.
Yeah. That needle part with the other guy. I remembered that part. I remembered that part and I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very confusing movie. Like you have to really pay attention.
It jumps around and you don't really know like who's there or why. We don't even know why the chick and the other guy were pissed off at. Like if I see other humans, I'm like, okay, well, you don't look like the crazy bitches, so you got to be at least somebody I can talk to.
Yeah, you're still somewhat clean and wearing the original clothes, so maybe you know what's going on here. And that's another thing too. The girl said like his amnesia was coming back way faster than hers. It took like months for hers to come back completely or something. It's like that's like I really don't think they would risk that going out into space and be like, yeah, you're gonna wake up with amnesia and not know how to do your job.
Well, I think the other part was they were saying that for whatever reason, as they're traveling, whatever enzymes are being pumped into them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the ones that got out that it affected or it just affected certain ones, but apparently that's how the cannibal creatures came to be, is that those were once human, that the enzymes like accelerated their mutation or something. It was really weird.
Yeah, like I guess like they evolved.
Yeah, they don't really explain like how that transpired, but the girl, she's like, she's actually found a pretty nice spot within this, like, it's almost like the Professor X dome where all the other tubes are. And so she's kind of like isolated herself in there, and she's got some grasshoppers that she eats and feeds to Bauer.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know, man. But I guess there is protein in there. But I don't know if I want to eat a cricket,
Yeah.
or a grasshopper.
I don't know what you'd eat then, besides people.
But yeah, that's
True.
true too.
Is
I
it
don't
good
even
for
know
protein?
they don't even really address that either. When they first him and Peyton come out of the stasis, they don't ever address how they ate or got water or anything. I know the Leland guy, the guy that was actually starting to feed on people as a human, he was like licking the water off the algae that was dripping down on the
Oh
ship.
yeah.
So I was like, that's probably made him crazy because that shit's probably not healthy.
Yeah, who, like you said, who knows how long he's been there? He says he's been there for a long time, like woken up. And it's kind of crazy too, because usually these kind of movies end up like with the spaceship crashed, and then they got to go check out the planet, and then they find this and that, and the different thing with this one is that the planet is in the ship, so like these creatures have adapted to like it's almost their jungle.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
weird
different.
because they almost remind me of the orcs from The Hobbit. They
Yeah,
got the spiked pads, and they look like orcs really to me.
yeah.
And so they can fight. They got some sort of intelligence, but they only can sense you by sound. Apparently, they can't really see unless they're like in the light or something. It's really weird, but I guess that's them like kind of adapting to the dark because they can't see.
Yeah. And the one of them though, that main one that like kind of looks different from all of them, when he was fighting that one good guy, and he like the guy didn't have a weapon, he threw his at him. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Like he's like, come on, we'll fight. I don't need it. You take it.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, like I said, they have an intelligence, and it's almost like I mean, they're fucking brutal too. That one dude, Shepard, played by Remus, they fucked him up hard.
Oh my god! It's like, whoosh, and then just ate him apart.
But there was a moment too where I think Bauer and the girl were running away, and then they purposely opened up another tube, and the guy was waking up, and the cannibals just consumed him. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you just pulled the ultimate bullshit move. You shot the dude in the leg and left him.
Imagine that guy just waking up like, well, where am I? Oh my god.
Dude, yeah, his day was ruined. He's like, what the fuck?
He might have been having like coming out of hypersleep and having a great dream, or like feel totally refreshed. No,
he didn't even have a chance to go pee.
No,
it was done and over, man.
He didn't have a chance to look around.
No,
just instantly teeth.
He was still trying to get his eyesight together, and he's just feeling all these guys attacking him. He's like, he has no idea.
Yeah, crazy.
So, but yeah, so like these creatures can fight, and they do. It's almost like a sense of honor when they can find a meal that fights back pretty well. Because, like you said, the guy didn't have a weapon. He's like, okay, you want to take me on? Here you go.
Yeah,
and they're actually tough as shit. Like they are really strong.
They took that one blade and cut like down his, like kind of like in that Friday the 13th with Jason, where he slides down the blade. It was like that, and he just like kept fighting. It's like, holy crap. Yeah. And then like everybody's going at the three people to kill one of them, and then the other one's watching, and it's like, oh shit. I thought that was gonna be like a thing where he's gonna be like, ooh, like, and everybody shows up, and then they like take them prisoner for something, and like make them fight. But like that wasn't how it happened. What was I gonna say about them too? I don't remember. I remember what I was gonna say. It just they eat their own too. They when they killed, they eat their own. So they're
that, and apparently they started mating, because I know the girl mentioned, oh my god, they actually have kids, and they're mating, and so like that's crazy too. It's like, oof.
Yeah, what a way for that guy to go. Like he was one of my favorite people in it.
And he was a badass. He was a badass.
He didn't expect it.
I probably hated that too, because it's like, you already know these things are feral. Like, why are you gonna trust a little kid that's sitting there? And I'm just like, dude, kill that thing now with fire.
Right. That yeah, it's a shame, but yeah. What? How did this? I remember like not really thinking the ending was that great. What? I mean, I remember the whole reveal,
Yeah.
which was like
Well, so yeah,
insane.
so obviously Peyton being
Oh,
Gallo kills Leland with the syringe, and when Bauer and the girl show up, they're trying to convince him or something. I can't remember what it was, but he ends up opening the shutters to the bridge,
yeah.
and it's actually pitch black. And so what he's telling him is like, well, this is
Yeah, they're like, where
space.
are the
There's no
stars?
stars, so we can't use the constellation or anything to find where we're going. So then all of a sudden Bauer starts having his own hallucinations, going off in his own world. And he keeps asking the girl, what do you see? And she's like, I don't see anything yet. And all of a sudden we see like this thing that you might see in the movie The Abyss. It's like this sort of glowing ray that like
Yep.
glides over it. And then it reveals like they're in some water, like an ocean. And
Oh.
it turns out also that they actually overshot the years. So instead of being only 8 years when they wake up, they woke up 800 and something years after,
Well,
when it should have been there like within 123 years.
wasn't it like a total of 924 or 925 years or something?
It's crazy, yeah. And so they're just like, oh shit. So but somehow, and I don't know if this was purpose. This is kind of the weird moment where Bauer is in his hallucination, and I think he has his like little arm shot thing, and he shoots the power box because he thinks that's where the creatures
Oh
are
yeah.
coming in from to try to get in. And what that does, all of a sudden, it ricochets and breaks the glass. So all of a sudden, we got the water. It's getting ready to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So he grabs the girl, and they jump into a tube, which will be shot out like a eject button, whereas Gallo, of course, who was posing as Peyton, is going to drown because he was trying to kill him anyway. He's
Yeah.
crazy fuck.
Yeah.
So the water just consumes the bridge. He gets shot up, and I guess because of that, of the breach, all the other pods of like untainted people start shooting out of the ship.
Right.
And then, of course, we get the above water where we see like the ship did land on the planet, but it's in the water. And so they were just sitting there that entire time, not really knowing they already made it to the planet.
That's insane. That's such a crazy reveal. You know
Mhm.
what? The whole time I'm thinking when these things are popping up and the doors are flying off, I'm thinking my luck. I'd be the one where I'd wake up and somebody else's door would fucking take my head off.
I thought it was worse. I thought maybe the cannibals found a way to get in the pod.
Oh, well, we didn't actually see everybody. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm sure some of them somehow did, or who knows? Maybe they can hold their breath. I don't know. They never made a sequel, or did they?
Well, not only that, but because they are subterranean, we don't even know what all they can do. Like they are strong.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I mean, if they could swim to the surface, they might be able to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know what kind of.
No human could make that swim though. Like that was just even with that projected up, it was like they were almost died.
Yeah,
So
I know he had to put the mask on the girl, but I think she's still like it was still full of water because once he took it off, she had to cough up water or something. I don't know, it was a little weird, but
they were like very close.
oh yeah. But all the other people waking up, they're like, "What the fuck am I?"
And also, everybody there was basically the last of the humans because the Earth like died. They pretty much killed it.
Yeah, and the thing I didn't like, and I don't know, maybe I didn't catch it, maybe you did.
Hmm.
So Bauer's wife stayed behind; she didn't want to go, and of course, when he was having amnesia and he couldn't remember everything, he thought he could find her on the ship, but then he remembered later that she stayed behind. And of course, as you said, they announced to the ship after they had left that they're the last ones alive. Like they're going to be the last of the human race because I guess the planet just was consumed by whatever they did to it.
Yep. Yeah, the first crew on there was when they were told them. That's what you see in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
And then it's kind of it's like some people obviously they've been, because you find out 900 and some years, those things have evolved. They were probably the first ones to open up, and then just like kind of like went from there. And after 900 and some years, it's kind of like the time machine, where like the ones that go underground, I can't remember their name, what they called them, but like them, they adapt to like, yeah, but it wasn't that word. It was like a weird thing, but like it was like that. Like some stayed below, some stayed above. Kind of
Chud.
cool. No. In the movie, The Time Machine.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
Yeah, no. Bud the Chud. I actually never
Bud the
saw the
Chud.
second one.
Huh?
I actually never saw the Chud 2.
I saw it, but it's been many years.
Yeah. Well, John Goodman's in the first one. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Just
and
a
so
quick
is
part.
another dude. I think, is it the dude from Ghost or from The Thing? I can't remember. I'm just trying to picture his face. I don't remember the actor though.
Well, Kevin McAllister's dad, and then the Harry, what the hell's his name, was in it, and I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched that movie.
Yeah. So, what did you think of like the special effects and just the story overall?
At the end of watching and everything, it was, and the whole twist, I thought that was pretty cool. That I thought the effects were what you expect on a ship. Like it felt like dirty. It felt like it was like a humongous ship, because this is like, I can't even explain how big it is. I mean, it was so deep in the ocean that there was still part of it sticking out of the top. That's how big that was. Or we say ocean, but I don't know. It's water. I don't know. I liked how they looked. It's just like the whole not knowing exactly. Not, I wouldn't say there were holes or anything, but like you have to piece it together yourself, or kind of like come up with your own idea of things. But other than that, like, I mean, I thought the effects were good. I mean, I got claustrophobic when he's climbing in with all those pipes and cords and stuff. Oh God! And then he goes, he made that joke to him like, "This is a bad time to tell you, but I got the door open." It's like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "No."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to break the tension, kind of thing. It's like, I'd be like, "You fucking asshole." I'd probably be dead in there. Like he can't even move. I'm not gonna move around in there. But
Oh, that shit was very claustrophobic. In
yeah.
fact, I think the one dude he found was hanging there. I think he got stuck and just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it's like I think he was going to do the job he's doing. It's like, oh shit. And he was almost out too. That's the thing. He bent that thing and then he just kind of like died.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was cool. The effects were fine. They didn't go overboard with it. It wasn't gory, but like there was a lot of cannibalism in it and stuff, and it was very violent looking, and they'd do that shaky
I think
camera
a
thing.
part of me wishes that it would have been like almost a little bit of a crossover with Alien. Instead of the cannibals, maybe run into xenomorphs. That would have been kind of cool.
Oh God, let them alone already. Let the xenomorphs go. They're bad news. The worst.
Then you can have all the pods come up and everybody's infected.
Yeah, they come up. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd just go right down back into the water. Just like, forget it.
It's over. The planet's doomed. We just went to one shithole to another.
That's the thing. Like, they didn't even try talking to these like humanoid things. Like, I don't know if maybe they would like tried to. Maybe they would. I doubt it, but they didn't try. Like, same thing with xenomorphs. Like, that's why I like them, but like, there's no talking or trying to convince them or anything, and that makes it even more scary. But at the same time, it's like, God Almighty, you're like so intelligent. I don't know. I'm just in my own head right now. I like xenomorphs, but I don't at the same time. But that fucking asshole android from those movies is the worst one.
Yeah, it's like, who's
David? Isn't his name?
No, David was in 2001 Odyssey, I think. I can't remember.
Fassbender,
original
whatever his
droid.
character's name was, Michael Fassbender's
Well,
character.
his might have been David. I don't know.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
So, what is your rating for
Oh,
Pandorum? What are you doing? Why are you over here?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Okay, come here.
Are you talking to your pussy?
Yeah, it's Hazel.
Hi, Hazel. Hazel, I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10, I think. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. I gave it a 6.
6.
Yeah, but a 5 is understandable too. Like it's not like one time's good enough to do this. I don't really have an urge to go back to it.
No, me either. I think the cover is a little misleading too, because it's like these wires stuck in his arm, and it's like, what's that all about, you know? And that never
Yeah, that's a
happened.
good point because when I think of that cover, I think also like if did you ever see what's the one with Ice Cube Mars?
Oh, Ghost of Mars.
Yeah, did you ever see that one?
One time, and I don't
Yes,
remember
but you,
anything.
you remember like the people that were possessed by the ghost, they would start like implanting like spikes and stuff in their skin. So
Mm.
the way this cover looks is you would think that these cannibals would probably be doing the same thing. And maybe they were, but maybe things were happening so fast I didn't get a chance to really see
That's
the
true.
body stuff.
They had
But that was
spikes
kind
on
of
their backs and stuff, but I don't know if it was armor or stuck
yeah,
in
it looked
them.
like shoulder pads to me, but you know, who knows?
The demolition.
They were a
From
hockey team. They got out first.
Yep. Yeah. So that's Pandorum. I never owned it, and I don't care if I do. I saw it. Now my curiosity's gone.
It's done. It's over.
It's done. It's over with.
So yeah,
Not
I
much.
don't think Mr. Tony has his pick ready yet. So you guys will have to wait.
Yeah, I have
Do you have
one. I have a
ideas?
few in mind. Yeah, but I'm not set on it yet. So I'm gonna give it a day or two, and because I don't want to just jump to it. I want to enjoy the movie too. You know.
Yeah. Well, this time like I said, I just took a shot in the dark, and
No, I'm not saying I that like I was all right watching this. Like it kept my interest and everything. It's not like it
yeah,
was like, oh my god, this is so bad. But
not like tin can.
no, no, it's nothing like Tin Can.
What
God,
did
don't
Anubis
mention that
sign me
movie.
up for? I'm just watching people in boxes all night.
Yeah. Oh God, that was probably one of our worst ones, I think.
Yeah, I think so actually.
Yeah. So yeah,
All right.
I don't have a pick right now, but I will next week on my channel. It will be there, and it'll be a
All right.
surprise
Well,
for everybody.
Anubis, Dr. Evil here. Actually, I don't know. I'll talk with Tony afterwards. I have some free time on Saturday, so we'll see if he wants to do another one that day. But
Oh, okay.
tomorrow I'll be doing another Poetic Carnage with Edgar Allan Poe. We're going to catch up on the NFL from this past weekend. And then at 9 p.m., I'm joining Tokusatsu Shogun on his channel to discuss Godzilla versus Kong 1962.
Mm.
And then Friday, and I actually have to get back to finishing the Grudge franchise. I did see them, but I have to go back and rewatch them. But I'll be joining Mr. Tony the Dead and Kevin Lambert and company as we do the Grudge franchise on Into the Darkness with Kevin Lambert on Entertainment Headquarters.
I gotta start watching them.
Yeah, you gotta get on the ball.
That is one thing that scares the shit. Besides the nun, is dead Asians, ghost Asian people.
Well, the funny thing is, like, and I'll speak in more of it when we get into the review, but the originals don't hold up like I once thought they did. Like, I actually, so far, I've watched the original both versions, and the remake is a lot better for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made a remake until we were going to do this, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, you got anything else coming up on your channel, or is that going to be it?
Just this for now. I'm still thinking of what to review. I think I'm just going to start that in February, and I think I'm going to do like a podcast kind of thing, like with this just me kind of talking about my life and what's going on and stuff. Instead of showing my face, I could do it naked and everybody could think of me like that. So, but yeah, I just want to get that situated because now my StreamYard, all of a sudden my plan must be up, so I'm back down to the free one.
Mhm.
So I have to figure out what to do with that because I can't put down $400 and some right off the bat, you know.
Would you always pay like a year in advance or something?
Yeah. But I'll figure it out. There's always
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks. Well, hit the like and subscribe button and give us your thoughts. If you've seen this film, what did you think? And if not, check it out. Like I said, one time's a good viewing just to give it a whirl.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time here on the Ghouls of Midnight.
You see me for you.